Alright. Chat, it is time for some Fat Electrician. We're gonna do some Fat Electrician. A short one. We're gonna do a short one about the PT belt.
Bang, 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 bang.
So we're gonna look at the PT belt inside Joker conspiracy. I don't know the joke behind this, or the conspiracy or anything, because, I mean, the PT belt just looks like a slim reflective thing instead of having to wear, like, an orange reflector vest. So, I'm curious what the big deal is with the PT belt. So, let's find out!
Today we're talking about the biggest inside joke in the US military. Ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate form of protection, the reflective contraceptive, aka the PT belt, also known as the glow belt, depending on what branch you were in. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, I'm about to learn it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, when you don the PT belt, you will become bulletproof. It is rated to withstand RPGs, UAVs, SUVs, and STDs. You will become visible to everyone and touchable by no one. You will be the safest person on Earth. Or at least that's
But Shay, I have never heard the PT belt described in such verbose manner. Okay, I am looking forward to the Fat Electrician learning me right now.
what you'd be led to believe if you knew how military leadership treated this piece of elastic. You see, they became extremely prevalent in 2004, originally intended to be worn with the PT uniform in early morning when running along the side of the road. And while that makes logical sense, even that was redundant, given that at the time most PT uniforms were pretty much made out of reflectors anyways. But apparently visibility is like condoms, the more the better. And it would have been fine.
Okay, so
Intended to be worn with the PT uniform in early morning when running along the side of the road. And while that makes logical sense, even that was redundant, given that at the time most PT uniforms were pretty much made out of reflectors.
Okay, see, now, this I was unaware of. The only PT uniforms that I am familiar with were, I guess they're now the traditional ones, and OG military people can probably back me up on this. I'm only familiar with the old school gray t-shirt and either gray or black shorts that have your particular branch of the military stenciled across the chest. Physical training, Genesis, basically workout. PT is like working out, push-ups, sit-ups, running, stuff like that. It's physical training. So this is the modern, well, yeah, because this is a jacket, so this is the modern one.
Wait till she learns that the MRE spoon has a confirmed kill. Yo, cryptic pilot, that's a wild thrill. MRE spoon out for the kill in the just chatting stream. Anime, cat girl, chill, ember paradox. Got that Monday blues feel. We snacking on some tactical loud pack. Sitting back, letting the bars attack. No cap on that Dracula flow track. Surviving like vamps, never looking back. Bahwa.
What the actual fuck? Cryptid! Holy shit! I mean, you made it count. Cryptic, you made that one count. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Let us continue.
Anyways, but apparently visibility is like condoms, the more the better. And it would have been fine if they stopped there, but the military is relentless in its efforts to standardize absolutely everything. Needless to say, the PT belt just became part of the PT uniform altogether, regardless of the circumstance. You could be running on a closed track in broad daylight, you're gonna wear a PT belt. You could be working on a stationary, running on a closed track in broad...
And this uniform is the uniform that I'm familiar with. The gray short, And I think they did change the black shorts. It used to be gray shorts, I think. But honestly, I have a suspicion. I have a very strong suspicion that, and he may bring this up. I'm going to see if I can preempt this. My guess is that the PT belt became a standard part of the PT uniform because a couple of servicemen or women got hit by a vehicle out when they were out doing a run. And so the higher chain of command said, okay, this has happened too many times. We need to have safety reflective gear on anytime there's PT. So now the PT belt is standard. Yeah, on base. Well, actually, Doc, the question is who was driving the vehicles, not who was doing the running. So that is my suspicion why the decision was made. He may go into this. I could be preempting on it. My guess is too many servicemen and women out on a PT run on base got hit by a 5-ton or a deuce nav or God forbid a fucking tank that was maneuvering somewhere. And they said, okay, we need to put reflectors on them all hours of the day. That's my suspicion.
Broad daylight, you're gonna wear a PT belt. You could be working on a stationary piece of equipment inside of a gymnasium. You're still gonna wear a PT belt.
Okay, my theory just went out the window. My theory has now gone out the window. They're making you wear these fuckers indoors. I cannot wait to hear the explanation for this bullshit. I cannot wait to hear this.
And you know what? It still
Not
probably
anymore?
would have been okay if they would have just stopped there. But absolutely not. It became standard to wear a PT belt anytime you did anything that could remotely be considered dangerous. You could be doing a ruck march on a closed course in your combat uniform in broad daylight, you're wearing a PT belt. You could be mowing the fucking lawn. You're gonna wear a PT belt. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, as a military member, you know, somebody that's responsible for being able to shoot machine guns, drive military equipment, fly helicopters, fly airplanes, sometimes sign your name to become
Genesis, I'm guessing they didn't fuck the standard part, they didn't fucking care. This is the military. When they do something, they go whole hog on it. So, I have a feeling that was intentional, and they just basically did blanket coverage. Okay, Chaos. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, exactly, Taurus. Officers got involved. Shit just went sideways.
Financially liable for millions of dollars worth of government equipment to also be told that you're not intelligent enough to not get hit by a fucking car inside of a brick building? It's a little upsetting. So troops began doing the only thing they could do. They made a bunch of memes and passive-aggressive jokes for 20 years about it. And those jokes have been made without fail every chance we've gotten.
Jumps out of a perfectly good aircraft with a parachute packed by a 19-year-old forced to wear a reflective belt while raking dirt. Why I'm not re-enlisting. Okay, you can't see this because you guys are covering up. Over here, underneath you guys, there is the branding. Why I'm not re-enlisting.
For example, when I went to purchase this exact PT belt from Amazon, I decided to read some of the reviews because I thought maybe there was some potential, and they did not let me down. I'd like to share with you my top 3. Starting off at number 3, rated 5 stars from a verified purchase. Wow, it's true what they told my friends at Basic. This PT belt not only makes cars bounce off of you, but it puts hair on your chest and provides an impregnable defense against friendly fire, enemy fire, and fire, as well as secures you financially for years to come. Great product. 30
Look at the listing. Holy shit, it's a PT belt. And it says, hang on, for this right here. Sculpts your core, cures cancer, kills zombies, too powerful for Call of Duty. Batman wears one. Women love it. Made from dead babies. Increases fuel economy. Main component in the flux capacitor. Better than Game Shark, protects wearer from Chuck Norris roundhouse kick and indestructible. So that is a fucking based Amazon post right there. Based Amazon post. Chat, read my books. You will become the smartest people on the face of the planet that will have ever existed. I'm putting that on all of my book listings right now. Read this if you want to become the smartest person in the history and future history of planet Earth.
What I am hearing is that someone needs to get the cat girl a PT belt asset.
No PT belt asset. No, thank you.
Fire, as well as secures you financially for years to come. Great product. 30 people found that helpful. Coming in at number 2, again, a 5-star rating from a verified.
Beta Jetus, this is my expression of shock and amazement that The Acolyte Season 2 got cancelled. I am so shocked and amazed that this completely expected and very widely predicted 4 months event has taken place. Can you see the shock? Yeah. Oh no, anyway.
Purchase titled Indestructible.
Yeah. Yes, Yard Dog. They wouldn't have gotten canceled if they had gotten a fucking PT belt.
And Invincible. Quote, was on an easy 15-mile run and suddenly a bus ran into me going 60 miles an hour. Luckily, I had my PT belt on and was unscathed. The PT belt saved my life, but unfortunately killed everyone on that bus. And coming in at number 1, the best review on Amazon for the PT.
Albert, you missed some fucking hilarious Amazon reviews and listings for a military PT belt. Oh yeah, and Acolyte Season 2 got cancelled. Cry.
PT belt. Again, a 5-star rating from a verified purchase titled Saved My Life. Was walking the land nav course at night and fell off the cliff on the northern backstop of the course. Luckily, I had the PT belt in my pocket. I took it out and proceeded to spin it like a helicopter and flew back to the talk. While en route, an Iranian surface-to-air missile locked onto me. Thankfully, my PT belt managed to blind its sensors, causing it to return to its launcher and convert to Christianity. 10 out of 10. Best belt I've ever had. Now that we're all in on the inside joke, what is the actual origin story?
First, Pecan, thank you for the follow. Right yet? Reality implodes. That's what happens if a PT belt hits a PT belt. Reality itself implodes, and we all cease to exist.
Story here. Historically speaking, why does this piece of shit need to exist? I have 3 theories. Well, I have 2 theories and a conspiracy theory. Theory number 1, the Geneva Convention made America do it to make it fair for everyone else. Maybe. Second, probably the most likely, there was an actual unfortunate situation where somebody was struck by a car. There was undoubtedly multiple mistakes made by everyone involved, including the entire chain of command. Rather than address or fix any of the actual errors, they just said if he was wearing a reflective belt, it never would have happened in the first place. Because when you use military leadership logic, if one person shits their pants, everybody needs to wear a diaper for the rest of forever. Which brings us to my third...
And like I said earlier, I don't think it was just one. I think enough of those kind of incidents happened that they finally said, we need to make a change. I don't think it was just one incident that caused it. I do think it was probably multiple incidents, enough that chains of command outside of just a single base, a more centralized command, said, okay, because it couldn't have been just one officer doing it to cover his ass, because that would only cover one base or one unit. It was, this is like all units throughout the entire military. So this is something, this had to have been multiple incidents across multiple bases that got the attention of some junior officer that said, hey, I'm seeing a pattern here, told his boss, and his boss said, I'm gonna make a name for myself, and told his boss, and it went up the chain of command, and we now have the requirement of the PT belt for everything. That's my suspicion. It didn't take just one. And Pink, thank you for the follow.
Third theory, and I need you guys to hear me out. Remember when I said that we started using the PT belt in 2004? You know what else we started using in 2004? This fucking piece of shit. Yeah, 2004 is the year that we switched from BDUs and woodland camo, aka the Lord's flannel, the best combat uniform we've ever had, to the Army combat uniform in UCP, aka Digicam. Okay, are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? I'm trying to tell you that somebody at the Pentagon looked at this majestic piece of fucking artwork and said, wow, that's really nice, but you know what'd be better? If we all cosplayed as fucking Minecraft characters.
I'm glad you enjoyed the YouTube videos. I hope you're liking the live stuff just as much. And I am going to offer a counterpoint or a counter argument to his declaration of all love for the woodland camo. I'm sure he probably has some love for the desert camo, situationally depending. However, I would say that from a looks perspective, woodland camo is good. Tiger stripe is a little better to my eye. I kinda like the tiger stripe. Yeah, exactly, Falcon. I kinda like tiger stripe better than the woodland camo. That's just my opinion. I still think woodland camo is GOAT. Absolutely, woodland camo is the GOAT. But I do like the tiger stripe better, honestly. And I am in full agreement with the Digicam looks like shit. And Rygat, I gotta be me. I gotta be me. I mean, yeah, Patrick, you can get both. Absolutely.
That'd be lovely. Fucking stupid. Okay, so what does this have to do with the PT belt? And this is where the conspiracy theory comes in. Leading up to switching over from BDUs to the new Army combat uniform, there was extensive research done to decide what the new camouflage should be. They took 10 different camouflages and field tested them against each other to find out which one was the best. None of those 10 in the running was the Digicam pattern. None of them. After spending tens of millions of dollars to field test camouflage, they found that the best camouflage would be all over brush camo. It was a type.
Let's see. So, okay, hang up. I will move you guys because you should see this. Hang up. Where the hell you guys go? There you are. Okay. I will move you and I will move me momentarily. You. So, we have got the woodland brush in phase 1 or phase 2. Not bad. Not bad. The woodland brush doesn't look bad. You've got the desert brush. Not bad also for desert. I do think that probably this one may work the best. I do think this one probably looks the best. The urban brush looks interesting. We're only, and granted, we're only seeing swatches here. I would like to actually see them in uniform format, like full uniform format to get an all-over look. The urban brush is okay. I'm not crazy about it. And the desert urban brush, actually, this probably would be better desert camo than the desert brush. The desert urban brush is probably better desert camo, honestly, than this is. So, I don't really, I have to be honest, I don't really like the urban brush that he's talking about, that he seems to like. At least I think he said he likes it. Let me back it up a little bit.
Of dollars to field test camouflage, they found that the best camouflage would be all over brush camo. It was a type of multicam. I don't think.
Okay, all over. Oh, okay. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. So he was saying all over brush cam, so all of these, depending upon your location. Okay. Yeah, that's what, yeah, Lockware. I misunderstood him initially. This would be all over brush, so basically you would get the corresponding colored uniform depending on where your post is. Okay. Okay, I understand. That's what the military decided, not one he preferred. Okay, got it. And yeah, they decided to go with the fucking digital kit.
It looks better than woodland, but hey, at least it looks like you're trying to blend into the forest and not a fucking computer monitor. Then, after years of research and tens of millions of dollars spent, unilaterally at a high level, someone decided, with no field testing, we were gonna use Digicam instead. Which to me, in my super duper not expert opinion, kinda sounds like some senator or high ranking politician stepped in because they thought that maybe, just maybe, their fucking kid should get the government contract instead. And obviously,
And you know what? He's probably right. You know what? He's probably right. This is like, yeah, it's a conspiracy, but let's face it. That's how this shit works now. It does. Exactly, Taurus. It tracks. The way shit works in government now, his quote unquote conspiracy theory is probably the most likely reason why digital camo is a thing. It really is. It doesn't even look cool in Advanced Warfighter, Genesis. It doesn't. Digicam looks like shit. Oh yeah, but Alex, then what are the politicians gonna do? This is that politicians making military decisions is the only way they can actually feel like, well, at least for the male ones, it's the only way for them to feel like men, because otherwise they're a bunch of old decrepit fucksticks who don't actually know how to govern a country. So it's the only way for them to feel like they're actually doing something and feel like they're quote unquote real men. Ow! Ow! Fine! There, hydrated.
you don't learn a whole lot about camouflage going to private school and having college paid for by your parents, so they just came up with some random shit on Microsoft Paint and called it a day. Then, after the DoD spent $400 million outfitting the entire army in camouflage that doesn't blend into fucking anything, they decided to cover their ass by making everybody wear reflective belts on the outside of their camouflage so they could blame the belts as to why nobody's blending in. If you've actually made it this far in the video, thank you for listening to my super unhinged TED Talk. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out. Holy...
That was a glorious unhinged rant. That was a glorious little unhinged rant of his. I love it.